In this video, we delve into the covert operations of the Central Intelligence Agency (CIA) in the Soviet Union during the height of the Cold War, particularly their role in the Caribbean crisis. Through a combination of satellite imagery, intercepted communications, and human intelligence, the CIA was able to gather crucial information about Soviet nuclear technology, as well as the presence of nuclear missiles in Cuba. This video uncovers the agency's clandestine and dangerous work, highlighting the risks taken by CIA operatives in their efforts to gather intelligence and prevent a catastrophic nuclear war. It was the height of the Cold War, and tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union were running high. The two superpowers were engaged in a dangerous game of one-upmanship in the realm of nuclear technology, with each side seeking to gain an edge over the other. The Central Intelligence Agency, or CIA, was at the forefront of the United States' efforts to gain an advantage in the nuclear arms race. One of the agency's primary tasks was to gather intelligence on Soviet nuclear technology, both to monitor the Soviet Union's progress and to identify potential weaknesses that could be exploited by the United States. To this end, the CIA established a number of covert operations in the Soviet Union and its satellite states. These operations included the recruitment of Soviet scientists and engineers who were willing to share information with the United States, as well as the installation of listening devices and other surveillance equipment in key locations. One of the CIA's most successful intelligence-gathering operations was codenamed Operation Ryan. This operation, which began in the mid-1980s, was designed to provide early warning of any Soviet plans to launch a surprise nuclear attack. The CIA used a variety of techniques to gather information, including satellite imagery, intercepted communications, and human intelligence. But it was the Cuban Missile Crisis, also known as the Caribbean Crisis, that would put the CIA's skills and resources to the ultimate test. In October 1962, American U-2 spy planes discovered that the Soviet Union was installing nuclear missiles in Cuba, just 90 miles from the coast of Florida. This revelation set off a series of high-stakes negotiations between the two superpowers that brought the world to the brink of nuclear war. The CIA's first task was to confirm that the missiles were indeed present, which it did using U-2 spy planes. Once the presence of the missiles had been confirmed, the CIA's focus shifted to gathering as much information as possible about the missiles themselves, as well as the Soviet personnel who were operating them. This was a difficult task, as the missiles were located in heavily fortified underground bunkers, and the Soviet personnel were tightly controlled and closely monitored. Despite these challenges, the CIA was able to obtain a wealth of information about the missiles through a combination of satellite imagery, intercepted communications, and human intelligence. This information was crucial in allowing the United States to develop an effective response to the crisis. But the work of the CIA in the Soviet Union was far from easy. Soviet authorities were vigilant in their efforts to root out spies and informants, and anyone caught working with the United States was subject to severe punishment, including imprisonment and execution. One CIA operative who experienced the dangers of working in the Soviet Union firsthand was Alexei Petrov. Petrov was a Russian-born American who had been recruited by the CIA to work as a spy in Moscow. His job was to gather information on Soviet nuclear technology and report back to his handlers in the United States. Petrov's work was extremely dangerous, and he knew that he was taking his life in his hands every time he set foot in the Soviet Union. But he was a dedicated CIA agent, and he believed that his work was crucial in keeping the United States safe from Soviet aggression. One day, Petrov received a tip from a source within the Soviet nuclear program. The source told him that the Soviet Union was planning to launch a surprise nuclear attack on the United States, and that the attack could come at any time. Petrov knew that he had to act quickly. He contacted his handlers in the United States and gave them the information he had received. The CIA immediately went into high alert, and President Kennedy was informed of the potential threat. Thanks to Petrov's quick thinking and bravery, the United States was able to avoid a catastrophic nuclear